You're sitting beside a fire hundreds of thousands of years ago. In one hand is a piece of raw meat, in the other is absolutely nothing useful. No pan, no salt, no guy on the internet telling you to let it rest for 10 minutes. Then somebody puts the food near the flames, maybe on purpose, maybe by accident. Either way, something changes. The meat gets softer, roots become easier to bite, starchy plants become easier for the body to break down, and suddenly your teeth, jaws, and stomach do not have to work quite as hard to turn dinner into fuel. That sounds like a small upgrade, but that small change may have started changing the human body too. Because once fire began doing part of the work before food entered our mouths, our bodies could slowly adjust to an easier way of eating. Cooking did not just change dinner, it may have helped change us. Start with the problem nobody thinks about anymore. Raw food is work. Take a tough root straight from the ground and your mouth has to bite, crush, and grind it before you can swallow. Raw meat has a different problem. It can be tough and stretchy. Your teeth bite down, and instead of breaking cleanly, the fibers pull apart slowly. So ancient humans were already finding ways to make food easier long before cooking became common. They had rocks. And rocks were basically the first food processor. Cut meat into smaller pieces, and it becomes easier to chew. Smash a tough plant and part of the work is already done before it reaches your mouth. Researchers have tested this. When meat is sliced and tough plants are pounded, people need far fewer chews to get the food down. That matters because something strange happened when Homo erectus appeared nearly 2 million years ago. Human bodies got bigger, brains got bigger, they needed more energy. But at the same time, teeth started getting smaller, jaws became less heavy. The muscles used for chewing became less powerful. That seems backwards. You are building a more expensive body while shrinking some of the equipment used to feed it. Unless the food had changed. Eating more meat probably helped. Stone tools probably helped. And later, cooking pushed the same process even further. Heat changes food before your body ever touches it. Cook meat and it becomes easier to tear apart. Cook many roots and starchy plants and they become softer. Your body can get at their energy more easily. Heat can also kill many germs and make some plants safer to eat. In other words, the fire starts doing part of your digestive work for you. Cooking is basically digestion outside the body. Not all of it. You still need a stomach. Please do not replace your digestive system with a campfire, but the important point is that part of the job has already been done. And that gives ancient humans something they were always fighting for. More usable energy. Because calories written on paper and calories your body can actually use are not always the same thing. Your body has to work to break food down, and cooking can make that job easier. Cooked food often gives the body easier access to the energy inside it while also costing less effort to digest. That difference might sound tiny, until you remember how evolution works. One meal does almost nothing. Thousands of meals do, year after year, generation after generation, a little more usable energy, a little less chewing, a little less work inside the gut. Repeat that for hundreds of thousands of years, and small advantages stop being small. And ancient humans had fire for a very long time. At Wonderwork Cave in South Africa, researchers found signs that human ancestors were using fire deep inside the cave around 1 million years ago. But there is an important problem. Using fire is not the same as cooking. You can sit beside a fire without putting dinner on it. So when can we actually show humans heating food? One of the strongest clues comes from a site in what is now Israel. Around 780,000 years ago, ancient humans lived beside a lake. Researchers found fish remains there showing signs of being heated at controlled temperatures, not burned into black charcoal, heated like food, cooked. Think about that. Hundreds of thousands of years before Homo sapiens existed, another kind of human was already doing something you would recognize instantly. Catch food, bring it back, heat it, eat it, and probably get annoyed when somebody took the best piece. Now look at the teeth again. It would be easy to tell a very clean story. Humans discovered cooking. Food became soft, teeth became small. Done. Nice story. Probably too nice. Our teeth and jaws were already changing before we have strong proof that cooking was happening all the time. Meat eating helped. Cutting food with stone tools helped. Pounding plants helped. All of those things reduced how much work the mouth had to do. So cooking probably did not start the whole change by itself. It made the change easier to continue. Once humans were regularly cutting, smashing, and heating food, there was less reason to carry around a giant chewing system. You did not need a face built like a biological nutcracker, Over long periods, smaller teeth and lighter jaws could still get the job done, and that created another advantage most people never think about: time. Look at many other primates, and eating takes up a huge part of the day. Finding food, chewing some more, then chewing because apparently the first hour of chewing was not enough. Humans changed that. We process food before eating it. We slice it, smash it, grind it, cook it. That means we can get a lot of energy into our bodies without spending half the day working our jaws. Cooking may have helped buy humans something incredibly valuable: free time, more time to travel, make tools, watch children, plan hunts, talk, or argue with relatives about things that probably did not matter then either. But the changes did not stop in the mouth. They went deeper, into the gut. Our earlier ancestors ate much more tough, fibrous plant food. Handling that kind of diet takes a large digestive system, but humans ended up with a smaller gut than you might expect for a primate our size. Why? One reason may be that our food became higher quality and easier to digest. More meat helped. Food processing helped. Cooking helped. When food arrives already softened and partly broken down, your digestive system does not have to do quite as much work. And maintaining a large gut costs energy, so does maintaining every other organ in your body. And one human organ is especially expensive: the brain. Your brain is not large because it is cheap. It burns through a huge amount of energy every day, and this creates one of the most famous ideas in the cooking story. Could easier to digest food have helped humans afford a bigger brain? Maybe. A better diet could give the body more energy. A smaller gut could cost less to run, and that might make it easier to support a larger, more demanding brain. But this is also where a good idea often turns into a bad headline. Cooking created the human brain. That is too simple. Brains were already getting larger before the clearest proof of regular cooking. Meat eating mattered. Stone tools mattered. Changing environments mattered. Social life probably mattered. Fire mattered. Cooking mattered. Human evolution was not one magical invention followed by everything else. It was several changes helping each other. Better tools made food easier to eat. More meat raised the quality of the diet. Fire made many foods softer and easier to use. Easier digestion saved some work inside the body. More available energy helped support a larger body and an expensive brain. And a smarter, more social human became better at finding food, controlling fire, making tools, and teaching other people what worked. Each change helped the next one. But fire changed something that teeth and bones cannot show us very well: where humans ate. Before cooking, you can eat many foods where you find them. Find fruit, eat fruit. Very efficient. Cooking changes that. You have to bring food somewhere. Back to the fire. Now there is a meeting point. A place people return to with meat, roots, fish, wood, tools, and children. And suddenly food takes time. Somebody has to keep the fire going. Somebody brings fuel. Somebody prepares the food. Then everyone waits. And when valuable food is sitting in one place, another human invention becomes very important. Sharing. Also stealing. Congratulations. We may have invented dinner and immediately created the problem of somebody touching your dinner. We cannot watch a camp from 500,000 years ago and know exactly who got which piece of meat. But fire clearly changed the situation. People could gather around one place. They could wait together, eat together, watch each other. And after dark, fire did something even more important. It extended the day. Without fire, darkness is a serious problem. Predators become harder to see. Work becomes harder. Movement becomes dangerous. With fire, the day does not completely end when the sun disappears. You have light, warmth, a safer center, and time. Time to fix tools, care for children, plan, teach, talk, tell stories. Studies of modern hunter-gatherer groups have found that conversations around fires after dark often become more social and more focused on stories. That does not prove ancient humans behaved exactly the same way, but fire created the opportunity. And cooking gave people a reason to keep coming back. So look at what this one change in food has touched: your teeth, your jaw, your gut, your energy, your time, your social life, and possibly part of the long path that helped humans support larger brains. But there is still a stranger question. At what point did cooking become something our bodies started expecting because a technology can become so useful that eventually the body begins changing around a world where that technology exists? Humans can eat raw food, obviously. Fruit exists. Salads somehow continue to survive. But compared with other primates, we depend heavily on food that has already been processed. We have small teeth, relatively weak jaws, a smaller gut, and very high energy needs. We are not built like an animal that expects to spend most of the day chewing tough raw plants. We are built like an animal whose food has already had some work done to it. Cut, smashed, ground, and very often cooked. And that might be the biggest change of all. Fire did not simply give humans a better meal. Over enough generations, easier food may have helped create humans who depended on easier food. We moved part of digestion outside the body, first into stone tools, then into fire, much later into knives, pots, ovens, mills, blenders, microwaves, and that one kitchen drawer full of tools nobody remembers buying, but the idea is exactly the same. Do part of the work before the food reaches your mouth, so the next time you boil rice, roast meat, cook potatoes, or complain that dinner is taking 20 minutes, remember what the stove is actually doing. It is softening food your ancestors once had to fight with their teeth. It is making energy easier for your body to reach. It is continuing a habit that may be hundreds of thousands of years old. Cooking did not suddenly turn an ape into a human. Evolution does not work like that. But once fire began doing some of the work that teeth, jaws, and guts used to do, it changed the rules. And after enough generations living under those new rules, the animal sitting beside the fire changed too.